Hello guys, my name is Timmy, your host. I'm from the channel Imagine Scent. Today I'll be taking over Decant Boutique's channel, well, from today and onwards till whenever that ends. So today we're gonna be going over the top 10 best-selling summer fragrances on the Decant Boutique's website, starting out with the number 10. Number 10, I own this bottle. This one is L'Homme by YSL. Now this one, to me, I can see why it's in the top 10 because it's such a classic scent. The apple, the violet leaf, it's just a very nice, gentlemanly, clean, and overall just a very pleasing scent to wear. It's very hard to find someone that dislikes this scent. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. It's just the easiest, most nice guy fragrance you can smell while having a little bit of a seductive vibe in it as well to add something that's interesting. So it's not totally clean, it's not totally plain Jane. It has a hint of seductiveness that comes from the note of apple. And in the summertime, this thing works perfectly because it does not project way too strong. It projects just enough, and in the summer heat or summer indoors, this works perfectly. Number 9's best-selling on the Decant Boutique's website is Invictus Aqua 2018. I don't own a bottle of the 2018, I own a 2016, but 2018 is right here, and this one smells like a more, I would say, watery version of the original 2016. The original 2016 is a little bit more fresh, a little bit more invigorating. This one tones it down just a little bit, makes it a little bit more watery, a little bit more of a true aquatic fragrance, if you will. And overall, it still retains that sweet, sweet Invictus DNA, which means that it's still very, very, very mass appealing because the sweetness in Invictus is quite a legendary scent in terms of mass appeal. A lot of people like this kind of smell, especially younger crowds, girls around anywhere in age 18 to 35 really loves this kind of really nice, seductive, sweet scent that comes from the Invictus DNA. And this one has it in spades, plus a little bit more of the watery aquatics. So number 9 best-selling. I'm actually surprised that this one is not higher, to be honest, but yeah, that's just how it is. Number 9 best-selling, Invictus Aqua 2018. All right, number 8 in our best-selling lineup is Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver EDP version. The EDP version right here, I actually own myself because I really, really, really enjoy this one. The EDP version is just so clean, professional. It has enough citrus, not as much as the EDT version, but it has enough citrus to be very fresh, and it works really well in the summertime and also in the springtime. Perfect scent for the office, air conditioned or not air conditioned, doesn't really matter where you work. If you're in a suit or if you're in a more professional outfit, this one really plays with that theme extremely well, and it kind of adds to your overall professionalism. That's what this fragrance is for the office. It's for you to kind of elevate your corporate look or your corporate persona just that much bit more. So Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver EDP, not surprised at all that it's made this list for summer. A lot of people really, really love it, hence it made it top 10. Grey Vetiver EDP, check this one out. Moving on to number 7 best-selling summer fragrance on the Decant Boutique website now. This one is Mugler Cologne, the original soapy fragrance. This one is a fragrance where you want to wear where you don't really feel like wearing a lot of different fragrances, or you don't feel like smelling like a fragrance in general. This one just smells like you took a really nice shower, and the soapy smell lasts throughout the day, which is amazing. So if you just want to smell clean that day, or if it's just way too hot out there to wear any other fragrance, this one is a very, very good choice, and no one hates you smelling clean. So some people might not even expect that you're wearing a fragrance, but they'll like your smell because you smell just soapy clean, like fresh out of the shower. So if you like that kind of vibe, check out Mugler Cologne. Jumping into our number 6 now, we have Versace's Dylan Blue. This one is the first true rival to the King Dior Sauvage in terms of just overall smell, performance, and compliment factor. This is literally the Sauvage's true rival. This one to me smells a little bit darker than Dior Sauvage. It still has a really fresh shower gel-like vibe, which is the hallmark of what makes Sauvage so popular and so mass appealing. This one has all of that, plus a little bit more of the patchouli, a little bit more of the incense, which makes it a little bit darker than Dior Sauvage. Performance on this one is on par, if not slightly better on some people's skin than Dior Sauvage. So in summary, this one is for someone who's kind of tired of Dior Sauvage and is looking for something that's slightly bit darker or slightly bit more strong than Dior Sauvage. This is so perfect. Besides that, this and Dior Sauvage shares so many similarities. That's why I can definitely see it being the number 6 best-selling summer men's fragrance. Dylan Blue, check this one out if you haven't done so yet. Before we get into your top 5, I just want to remind you guys, if you want to try any of these fragrances in this video or the videos in the future, Decant Boutique have all those decants in stock. The link will be down in the description below. Moving on, we have our number 5. Our number 5 is Acqua Amara by Bulgari, my personal favorite Bulgari fragrance and one of my personal favorite summer fragrances as well. This is just so so unique. If you're looking for a citrus heavy fragrance that screams uniqueness in the designer world, there are very few of those fragrances, but Amara is one of those ones. The citrus here is so strong, so heavy, and mixed with some really nice aquatic notes as well, which makes this fragrance a literal citrus bomb. It has a lot of character. When you first smell this fragrance, you're gonna notice right away that it's not a super safe scent. It's a more bold scent that requires a little bit of confidence to pull off, because this is quite a strong scent. But if you can pull this off, this thing is very rewarding. It's one of my most complimented fragrances of all time, especially for the work time. I used to work in a school, and this works super well for me. So Acqua Amara definitely gonna be in my personal collection for a long time. I have backup bottles of it. That's how much I love it. So if you haven't tried out Acqua Amara yet, do yourself a favor and get your nose on it right away. Moving into our number 4 best-selling spot now. This one is the king itself, the king of the new era of fresh fragrances. This one is Dior Sauvage EDT. I'm surprised it's this low. I thought it would be number 1, to be perfectly honest, but hey, there are more popular fragrances out there, I guess. This one, Dior Sauvage EDT, is a legendary, it's a staple. It's one of those fragrances where if you don't want a big collection, you don't want hundreds of bottles, you don't want 20 or 30 bottles, you only want 5 or 4 bottles, this one is one that you need to have because the versatility is insane. You can wear this fragrance to any occasion that you want, any season that you want, with any outfit that you want, and it'll work perfectly. The performance of this is really good, 8+ hours constantly every time. The smell is just so fresh, and if you guys know, fresh fragrances does better in the compliment field, and this one is just uber fresh. That's why it's such a legendary compliment getter. Everyone in the community knows it. Hey, everyone outside the community knows this one. So if you're one of those 2 people who have not tried Sauvage or have been kind of hesitating on trying Sauvage, don't hesitate. Give this one a try, Sauvage EDT, you won't be disappointed. Moving on to the top 3, and I blame this fragrance on Jeremy Fragrance for hyping it up so much. This one is Artisan Pure by John Varvatos. It would not have been this popular if Jeremy didn't hype it up, but he hyped it up for a really good reason. It is really good. It's one of the more unique scents in the designer world that I've tried citrus-wise, because this citrus is not super singy, it's not super airy, it's more creamy, it's more subdued, it's more smooth, it's so relaxing. It's such a different vibe when it comes to citrus that it kind of blows your mind the first time you smell it, because when you get a whiff of this, you're like, man, it's just so smooth. It's like a white t-shirt, very smooth, very loungy type environment fragrance, super relaxing, especially for the summertime. I highly recommend this one. It's one of those fragrances that really deserves the hype. John Varvatos Artisan Pure. Check this one out. Now for the second place best-selling summer designer fragrance, this one is Prada Lo. Who would have known Prada Lo would make it all the way up this high? I knew Prada Lo was popular, but I didn't know it was this popular. But again, just like John Varvatos Artisan Pure, it deserves to be here because it is a legendary office scent. From the time it was released until now, there has not been one fragrance that beats Prada Lo in the office scene. That's just a fact. It feels like this fragrance was made for the office. It has the professional vibe, it has the luxurious vibe, it has the clean vibe, it has everything going for it, even a modern mass appealing vibe that Grey Vetiver doesn't have. That's why this one is better than Grey Vetiver in overall smell and overall attraction. Prada Lo, legendary office fragrance. This one is one that you need in your collection if you work any corporate job or any office job at all. You won't regret trying Prada Lo, trust me on this one. Number 2 spot, and very deserving of it. All right, moving on to our number 1 spot now. This one may come to no surprise to some of you guys, but some of you guys might be very surprised. This one is Acqua di Gio Profumo version. I mean, how long is Acqua di Gio, the name Acqua di Gio, gonna stay at the number 1 spot? The original, number 1. This one, the flanker, also number 1. It really is quite insane. But when you smell this fragrance, if you've not smelled it yet, when you smell it for the first time, even the original and the new one, it just blows you away. It's just so unique, it's so good. It's something that captures a person immediately. Because I remember the first time I smelled the original Acqua di Gio, I was like, this is a god fragrance. This is the only fragrance I need. And most of you still feel the same way when you smell Acqua di Gio Profumo. Of course, now there's a lot more clones, there's a lot more fragrance options to choose from. Back then, Acqua di Gio was it. But still, Acqua di Gio Profumo improves upon the original's DNA by adding some modern notes like incense and patchouli to really amp up the base, give it a lot more depth, and bring the fragrance DNA into the modern era very well. And it shows because people still love Acqua di Gio, hence it's at the #1 spot. So if you're one of those people who are still wearing the original Acqua di Gio and you haven't tried the Profumo version yet, this version, go ahead and give yourself a try. This one is a much better improvement to the original and also lasts twice as long. Alright, that's it for this video on top 10 best-selling summer fragrances on the Decant Boutique's website. Thank you so much for watching. Check out all the fragrance links down in the description below. I'm your host Timmy and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and bye.